And so we are doing a lot of things. One of the things that God has told us to do is to take responsibility on the Kabaka's lake. Kabaka's lake is over here. It's our neighbor. Over the years, it has been degraded and destroyed. Now they have done all the drainage in the city, and all the water is going there. When you will look at what we are, the way the lake is, the lake used to be on something like 50 acres, but people have encroached on that land, and it's no longer a lake. It's becoming a pond. So the Lord told us it's very important that we need it for many reasons, for convection rain as well as for breeze, as well as to attract birds and stuff like that for the ecosystem. So the Lord put it on my heart that we are going to help to reconstruct and rebuild. We already started. We already started building the retainer. Not building, but we have dug the retainer, clearing the ground, and we already started planting papyrus. So Miracle Center, you are very active in doing things, because we cannot destroy that lake. It can happen, and we watch it. So we already planting papyrus. In that area, I talked to the Cathedral, and he put me in charge with Dr. Anthony Wamala, Minister of Culture, Buganda. We had a great meeting here. So we agreed we were going to also bring all the stakeholders around so that we can take care of that lake. It is probably it's going to be the largest or the most important tourist attraction. Once we are finished with it, it's going to be beautiful. In Jesus' mighty name. Conservation is very important. That lake is so vital to three things. When the clay that came out of there is what built Lubaga Cathedral, is what built Namirembe Cathedral, Mengo Hospital, the bricks, they made the bricks from there, and also the fence of the kingdom. But also in 1963, actually it was 61 to be exact, up to 63, there was a revival at Kabaka led by a lady evangelist called Dawuda of the Elim Pentecostal. Miracles were happening, and the king allowed her to baptize some of the first born-again believers. We even have a picture of it. By then men were wearing shorts. So there at Kabaka's lake, they baptized over 50,000 first Pentecostals in that lake. What's happening with the trenches? I haven't showed you. I want to show you the trench. The way it has been built. You can look on the screen. It has been so built so nice. I wish all trenches in Kampala built like that. You could see the foundation of concrete which it was given on the ground, so that the stones can stand on it, so that the water does not compromise the wall. Many stone walls collapse because they are put directly on the base. Over 290 million has already gone on that train. On one train. Then the second one also is about 160 million. But the waters began to become clean.
Nekati amazzi ogalaba gatukula.
It all turns and goes into that pool we dug there.
Gegagenda mu kidiba kiri kye twasima.
So that the water that goes into the lake is not dirty.
Oluvannyuma amazzi agatuuka mu nnyanja ya Kabaka galeme kubeera makyafu.
As you can see,
nga bw'ogalaba.
That's the first pond.
Kye kidiba ekyasooka.
On which we are building those, planting those papyrus.
Kwe tuli mu kusimba ebitooge.
But you could see wicked people.
Olaba abantu ababi abakyamu.
I've come in the night and put maram there.
Ekiro bajja ne bayiwa ettaka lya maramu liiryo.
But today we had a meeting with Nema.
Leero tubadde ne meeting n'aba Nema.
Thank God for the leadership of Nema.
Katonda yeebazibwa olw'obukulembeze bwa Nema.
We're going to deal with those people.
Abantu abo tugenda bakolako.
Because they're destroying our environment.
Bali mu kwonoona obutonde bwaffe.
So you could see how we have built those things.
Olaba bwe tuzimba emifulejje egyo.
And we're going to cover it, by the way.
Kungulu tugenda kubikkako.
So the water will go down and sieved and clean, and then all the dirt is removed.
Gayite wansi fufu yonna ejjibwemu.
We thank God. One day I'll tell you how that has happened.
Lumu ndibabuulira ekyo bwe kyatuuseewo.
This is not the time.
Kano si ke kaseera.
Part of what we are doing here
ekitundu ku kye tukola wano
is also to take care of our environment.
Okulabirira obutonde bwaffe obutwetoolodde.
And yesterday I had a wonderful meeting
eggulo nadde ne meeting empitirivu
with Buganda Kingdom,
n'obwakabaka bwa Buganda,
hosted by the Minister of Environment and Culture.
w'ebyobutonde ye yatukyazizza.
We had a wonderful meeting
twabadde ne meeting ey'amaanyi ddala
in their cabinet room, and we discussed
mu kisenge cabinet mwetuula ne twogera
how can we change that Kabaka's lake,
tutya ne tulongoosa akayanja ka Kabaka ako
because it's about to disappear.
kalira okubulira ddala kaggwewo.
Those are papyrus we have already planted.
Ebyo bye bito
For us, we have already gone ahead
ffe twagenze dda mu maaso
there.
waabangawo ebito kayanja ka Kabaka awo
And wrong people came and removed it.
abantu
You know, the lake is, water body is disappearing.
ennyanja
Telling people that we need to take care of great things he did. It was the lake.
kakamwanga si
Everybody gives us different reasons why he did,
buli muntu atuwa ensonga ez'enjawulo lwaki yasimisa akayanja ako,
but it's the same reason why the colonialists built Nakivubo River.
y'ensonga y'emu abafuzi b'amatwala abazungu lwaki baazimba omugga gw'e Nakivubo.
Because without water body, Kampala, Lake Victoria is very far.
Ennyanja Victoria eri walako.
That's why these Bazungu
y'ensonga abazungu bano
put a river Nakivubo the city.
Omugga Nakivubo gwetooloola ekibuga kumpi kyonna.
And at Clock Tower, which is a junction to all roads,
we wali amasala
is where they put the fire brigade.
We baateeka ekitongole ekirwanyisa omuliro.
And the river passes here.
Ate ng'omugga guyita awo.
But now Ugandans have just built on every point of stream.
Kati bannayuganda buli awali omwala bazimbawo buli wamu.
Everywhere.
Buli wamu.
Now Nakivubo River, I don't even know it still exists.
Simanyi oba omugga gw'e Nakivubo gukyaliyo.
I'm telling you, with the petrol stations we have,
ku masundiro g'amafuta amangi ge tulina,
with the way we build our buildings,
ku ngeri gye tuzimba
no hydrants,
tewali bifo w'osobola kujja mazzi kuzikiza muliro. Ate
Kampala is a city on hills.
Kampala kibuga ekyazimbibwa ku busozi obw'enjawulo.
City on hills.
Kibuga ekiri ku busozi
We are
obw'enjawulo.
3,500 feet above sea level.
Tuli waggulu w'ennyanja fuuti 3,500.
Which means the wind is very strong.
Kitegeeza empewo etulumba eba y'amaanyi nnyo.
And if the fire catches the wind,
singa empewo ekwata omuliro ogwo,
there will be nobody who will quench that fire.
tewasobola kuba omuntu asobola kuzikiza muliro ogwo ku mbeera gye tulimu kati.
That one I can tell you the truth.
Ekyo mbabuulira amazima.
Nobody.
Taliyo.
Nobody.
Taliyo.
Because we don't have the fire brigade.
Tetulina byakulwanyisa muliro. Ekitongole kyo weekiri.
It's only one.
Kiri mu kyokka.
Every division should have at least 12 stations.
Buli division erina okuba n'ebitongole nga 12.
Fire stations.
Ebitongole ebirwanyisa omuliro.
With access to hydrants and
water. Nga basobola otuuka ku bifo we basobola okufuna amazzi ne bagateeka mu bimotoka.
Now the lake here, Kabaka's lake, is the only water body
kyekifo kyokka ekirimu amazzi
in the city.
Mu kibuga kyonna.
10 minutes drive in the city. That's the only thing.
Oluva mu kibuga otuuka mu dakiika 10 zokka weewoka.
Busabala is very far.
Busabala ku mwalo walako.
If you are to stop fire from Mengo
oba oli wakuzikiza muliro nga gukutte wano Mengo oba guli mu Kampala mu kibuga.
This is the only one.
Akayanja ka Kabaka keeko kaakali okumpi.
We have no choice.
Tetunaawo kusalawo kwonna.
But to purify it.
Okuggyako kalongoosa.
There is no choice.
Teri kusalawo kulala kwonna.
You just said.
Towulidde kye ngamba.
We have no alternative.
Tetulina kyakusalawo kirala kyonna.
At the moment.
Mu kaseera kano we tuli.
Even when you are using hydrants, okay, you can take them from Lake Victoria and pump them to every hydrant. But what about other areas? Lubaga, Mutundwe, Mengo, Natete. This is the only. God have mercy.
Katonda otusaasire.
Last Friday I was talking about it. I didn't know that very minute. Hours. We're losing somebody to a car fire. The son of Mr. Sudiri. I've heard stories that the people wanted to help but they couldn't. No one had water. You're on a highway. Child of God, whether you like it or not, we need the Holy Spirit to give us wisdom in planning. We saw the fire of a building on Monday. In Kampala. In Kampala. That building, you were showing us after, I think they had cooled it down, but when it was burning. What is the fire burning?
Tulage ekizimbe nga kikutte omuliro gwennyini.
Otulaga binyooka.
You're showing us smoke.
Here in Kampala Monday.
Kampala wano ku baraza.
I'm telling you.
Babuulira.
It's very kakati chicho.
That's it.
It burned the whole evening. How many billions were lost?
Do you know? Shockingly. You may find out that the fire brigade would have helped, but they didn't even have money for fuel in the fire trucks.
Now
that the winds, that fire can jump. These were trying to fight it. See, they are trying. Now that they are trying as much as they can. If they can show you the people, the firefighters, even the way they are dressed, they are garment.
This
one had some good gear.
Even
the building they are standing on to fight the fire can catch fire. Then you will see problems and trouble. In many major cities, they have trucks that can push. That kind of hose has not enough pressure to fight that fire. In 5 minutes, the water tank will be empty. Then it will go to Lake Victoria to pick more water. If that's your shop and that's where you keep your money, they'll find you when you're already exploded.
Seriously, we have to do something to
avoid such disasters. King Mwanga knew that his palaces and buildings were built with grass-thatched stuff. So he prepared a water source. He was going to connect. Are you the one who raised him? He knew that most of his buildings are grass-thatched buildings. They use grass to build them, to roof them. Let's have a water source. The Vengo hospital was built with dry banana leaves.
The first hospital,
it was built with dry banana leaves. Even the theater in which they used to operate patients.
My father reserved all these pictures.
It was built by grass and dry banana leaves. Why do they insult us that when papyrus retouches? Yet they were delivered or born in dry banana leaves hospital.
Back to the point.
Today kunsonga.
We have to help that lake. Right now the water is so dirty.
Right there.
Green.
It's greenish. Full of sewage. But yesterday we had a discussion. We had an agreement. God is going to help us.
We had already started on it. But we need to clear that place. Because
the world will blame us. Just in case St. Lawrence catches fire, Rubaga Hospital catches fire. And we are standing and said, oh, it seems the evil horns are so powerful lately. We started planting papyrus reeds. It's the papyrus that sifts. It only allows the clean water to go through. Nobody brought all that soil. It was brought by soil erosion, by erosion. It's the rain that eroded all that soil. That is the first pool. We're going to build another. The water that goes to the lake, even KCC accepted to work on that road very fast. Some soil comes from that road into the lake.
Imagine.
All that soil ends up in the lake. There is no water, but the time you realize it will be dry, then some lousy folk will be building there.
That's why in the region here, when we first came here nearly 20-25 years ago, Kabaka's lake was larger than it is now. It has diminished. It's no longer a lake. It looked like a pond. And because of the poor drainage system. Number two, because many people are then encroached on that land. They lie, they pretend they have titles, they're entitled to have those places, and yet they don't have it. So I want to thank the Cathedral of Buganda, Charles Peter Mayiga Wechitiibwa. When I called him concerning, he responded positively, and also he gave me the minister, Dr. Anthony Wamala, and we met here. They came to the church with the entire team, and I told them the mitigating factors of helping that lake. Number one, because they build all the drainage across the city, and all the water are going to end up here. So the first mitigating factor is to dig a breezer, so that all the water, that however dirty it is, it just goes into that breezer first, and then we replant, because these papyrus were there, and reeds, to sieve the water before it enters into the lake. So the work is ongoing, and I will ask you to go there and see. It's already ongoing. They are planting even today because we're expecting rains next week, which is going to be coming, not next week, next week, which is going to be very heavy rainfall coming in Kampala. So we need to stop, first of all, the sleeting of the lake. And then we're going to sit in a meeting of stakeholders, and then we're going to come out with a plan of completely revamping the lake and take it to the level where it used to be, even beyond where it used to be. The water that comes out of the Kabaka's lake, that lake is very historical. The water that comes out of that Kabaka's lake finds itself underground into Lake Victoria. So we may think that it's just the problem is here in Kabaka's lake, but then the bacteria and the parasites will go under the water undetected, and they find themselves in Lake Victoria, into a fish. You buy the fish, and here you are. You develop a disease where nobody has. So cleaning and taking care of the lake is as important as taking care of that. So our ecosystem must be taken in consideration. The wetlands, people who are in the wetlands must take extra responsibility, because many years these people didn't live there. But nobody asked a question, where is their sewage goes? If you're living in a wetland, where is your sewage? You're not on a dry land where you can sieve the water through purification by natural means. So what's going to happen? So that's why one of the things that we are really discussing, and the people have been on the hills here, whenever it rains, they release the sewage. It bypasses us here through our drainage system. You hear the smell, and it ends up in Kabaka's lake. And that is abuse of the highest degree. So we are already solving that situation as of now. First of all, to stop the sleeting of the lake by holding the water, and then through the papyrus, and then we'll have to go and deslete and work on that lake and take out all the filth and everything, which is going to take some time, and we believe that will work. So that is something that is our concern, and we are concerned of everyone. And